Dear students, Namaste. Dear friends, today we will discuss about how to study more in less time. Achievers are not those who have done extra efforts. Achievers are those who have done the same thing in a different way, in a systematic way. Students, all of you generally work so hard, but generally it happens that your hard work is not going to give you good results, desired results. Why? Because our study is not a systematic. We must have developed a system, and let me make it clear that system must be yours. Yours means self discipline. Self discipline is the must. The discipline should not be forced by others. Discipline must be yours. Make plan according to your time, according to your mental setup, according to your capability. Yes, this word is very important, that the capability means for which things you are capable. We should not try to imitate someone, we should not try to follow the path of others. Yes, we can get guidance from them, but we must realize what is our capabilities, what is our capacity, what we can do. Okay, so make a system first. My advice is that you make a system. Okay, sometimes it happens that we feel that some subjects are difficult and some subjects are easy. No, better. Nothing is easy and nothing is difficult. All things depend on our mental setup or by the advice or educations imparted by our peer groups, our friends, and what we have heard from others. So, subjects are subjects. Why they are difficult? Because they are our majburi. This word, the Hindi word, majburi. Whenever we study in majburi, that particular subjects become difficult. So, for many students, every subject is difficult. But for some, a particular subject is difficult because we are not able to create interest in that subject. Yes, this word is interest. We must pay attention to this word, interest. Whatever we study wholeheartedly, whatever we do with our full energy, with our complete attention, with our totality, with our love, with our desire to know, with our desire to get benefit of that particular thing or subject, it matters. Yes. So the basic primary thing is the interest. We must develop interest in study. And how can we get interest in study? First of all, we must try to understand the what is the benefit of that particular study. Means if we are studying math, most of the students always feel math is very difficult. Okay, accept it. But why it is difficult? It is difficult because our mind is always escapist. It want to escape. Yes, when our mind find a difficult thing, it want to escape. It want to run away. And math, as evolves our brain cells, it gives our reasoning ability, it gives thinking power, so it gives a little stress on our brain cells, so our mind wants to run away. Remember, make it clear. Whenever we find it difficult, it is our mind's problem that it wants to run away. So to get interest in subject, try to find the benefit of this. You know that I am English teacher, but still I am giving more examples of the math. Why? Because math has that capacity which can open our brain cells, which can give capacity to think, which give us analyze the things. And what is life? Life is a simply math. What is math? Math is calculation. So 2 plus 2 is also not math. There is life is also math, that we have to calculate all our things of life. Yes, हमें अपनी लाइफ की हर चीज को कैलकुलेट करना पड़ता है. So achievers are those who have calculated their things perfectly. Okay, so try to find the benefit of that particular subject, and this way you will be able to create more and more interest in that subject. So when we are able to find the benefit of these things of that particular subject, we are able to understand the basic benefit of that subject, and our escapist mind start stopping. So it stops. You must have heard, or if you not have heard, let me, when I was doing my postgraduate diploma in business administration, at that time I came across a certain definition. Let me tell you what is. It is that fail in planning is planning to fail. Clear? Means fail in planning is planning to fail. Means if we are not able to plan things properly, we have planned to fail. अगर हमने योजनाओं को अच्छे ढंग से नहीं बनाया तो हमने असफल होने की योजना बना ली है. तो इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि we must give stress on the planning. Our planning should be proper. Our planning should be accurate. We should do things properly. So how to plan? Now question arises. We must plan. Beta, we must plan. We must make our timetable. If we have the timetable, and let me make it clear again, this timetable must be yours. Yes, I am not talking about the school. School have its timetable, but at home, when we are free, you must calculate your time, free time, how much free time you have. So in your free time, you must calculate how much time you have, and then divide it properly. Divide it in this way that you can cover every subject every day. Yes, every subject, and particularly important subject, every day. You must analyze, you must divide your time according to that. So my point here is that you must divide your timetable properly, that every subject may be covered. Okay. Now you will say, sir, we have made many times timetable. Yes, every student makes, but where the problem arises? First, when we are making our timetable, we become so harsh with ourselves. For example, if you have habit of waking up at 7, you will try to make a timetable in which you will wake up at 5, and that is not possible. Yes, I am saying it is not possible because it is not in your habit. Don't make it of 5. If you are rising up at 7, make it 6:45, little by little increase. Then you can go at 6:30, then 6:15, little by little. Not suddenly, not become so hard with yourself. So do this thing. Second thing which we do wrong, that is that we allow a break. Means we have made a plan. Means at this time we will do at this time we will do this thing, at this time we will do this thing. And you find that there is a very good movie is coming, is being telecasted on the TV. You would adjust, okay, after half an hour I will do that. No, beta. Or tomorrow I can do, today is the favorite match in between India and Pakistan is going on. So, no, beta. Never allow yourself for any break. Yes, don't think that if what will happen if we will make one break. This first break is not the last break. It is the beginning of more and more and more breaks. Many breaks will come, and after that you will find that your timetable is useless. And that is the reason all of our timetables becomes useless, because we don't follow it sincerely. We always find this an excuse, oh, this friend has come, Mosi has come, uncle has come. Okay, today I will give you an example of famous writer. You must have heard his name. His name was Khuswant Singh. Yes, I was going through his biography, in which I read that he was so strict about his timetable. He finishes his day almost 7. Means most of the time he never meet any person after 7. And every night he used to go to sleep at 9. Whoever is there present, he don't care. Okay, sometimes we cannot be so harsh, no need to be so harsh, but generally we should follow our timetable. We should try to make a realistic plan for that. So don't break, even a single break is not good for you. Okay, so our problem is this, that many students complain to me that, sir, we work so hard, but still there is not desired results. Why? Why? Let me explain. Because there are two kinds of memory. Yes, we have two kinds of memory. One is called short term memory. I'm writing in abbreviation, short term memory. This is a memory we start finishing, we start going down within 6 seconds. Means 6 सेकंड में हमारी मेमोरी, हमारी याद की हुई चीजें हमारे माइंड से निकलने लगती हैं within 6 seconds. Yes, for example, you can make the list of 12 things, and whenever you will go up the 12, try, close your eyes and try to recount them, try to find their names. You will find that there are missing, and particularly which are missing, which word belongs to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the beginning. Why? Because it has crossed the 6 second. So what we should do? Listen carefully what I am trying to say you. Most of the time we read, we try to learn, but we don't know the basic alchemy of study. We have to transform things from STM to LTM. Long term memory. Long term memory means if we are able to convert or transform our learning from STM to LTM, from short term memory to long term memory, it will be beneficial. Only then our hard work can pay, otherwise not. So now here question arise, how to convert STM into LTM, and that is the beta only two ways. Here I will discuss only two ways. One is interest. Take interest while you are studying. Yes, that is the basic thing. You know that whenever you are watching a movie, you remember everything. But in the study, in the school course, you are not able to learn those things because you are not paying attention, because you don't have any interest there. So first thing is that if you want to retention a thing into your mind for further use, you must take interest in things. And second thing is revision. Now you can say, yes, sir, we revise many times. Okay, beta, many people do many things. We can do exercise twice a week, but it will not help because there is a certain rule and regulation, certain way of practicing also about the revision. How to revise, that is the most important. Revision itself is not so perfect. A systematic revision. Yeah, I begin with the system. Here is also a systematic revision. You must pay attention to revise things with a system. Okay, let me explain, let me elaborate how to revise. But have you ever paid attention that why in educational institutes generally there are 40 minutes for a period? Why? Why is only 40 minutes? Because our mind have the capacity to learn a things only for 40-45 minutes. And it's not I'm saying, it is scientifically proved. Psychologist has deeply analyzed about these things. So many psychologists have proved it that our mind becomes bored when there is time over than 40 minutes. Generally you find, I'm saying generally, not always, that when there is the two PGS together in the school, you find bored. Even you have your favorite teacher. Why? Because mind has the capacity to concentrate on a subject only for 40 minutes. Okay? So after 40 minutes, give break. Means you are solving the sums of math, do it continuously for 40 minutes, and after that give 5 minutes break. Yes, 5 minutes break, because in this 5 minutes your mind will get rest and it will rejuvenate again, it will become refresh again, and it will be ready to learn the things more. And in this break, 5 minutes break, you can do desired things. For example, and best one of the best example, not best, but one of the best. Means you can go in front of mirror, you may look into your eyes, and you can say positive things about yourself. And you see, mirror is one of the best friends. Yes, you see, mirror says to everyone what a beautiful or handsome person you are. So mirror always give the positive things too. So for 5 minutes, you can say positive thing about yourself, or you can walk a little. The blood supply can be moved in your body. You can take a deeper breath from nose and exhale from mouth. Okay, I am giving a very little brief description because I want to include each and everything which is very essential for our systematic study. So after 5 minutes, become certain that you will return with 5 minutes. So after 5 minutes, when you are starting that subject again, give revision here. यहाँ पर रिवाइज कीजिएगा, यानी कि 40 मिनट पढ़ने के बाद 5 मिनट का ब्रेक दीजिए। 5 मिनट का ब्रेक देने के बाद जब आप दोबारा पढ़ने आए तो जो पिछले 40 मिनट में आपने पढ़ा था उसको एक क्विक रिकैप दीजिए। ओके, यस, नेक्स्ट रिवीजन। Most of the time we are not able to end our day properly. What a student must do before sleeping? He, she must revise whatever he or she has learned whole day. Means next revision is at sleeping time. So give revision at the time when you are going to sleep. Yes, you can do on your bed also, no problem. Revise each and everything there, whatever. Yes, for that you can make notes. So you can revise just your notes. So give that revision. First revision after the first break, second revision before sleeping. Next revision whenever you start next day, means next day start with the revision. Yes, whatever you have studied yesterday, revise it, and only after revision start study new chapters, new things, start solving new sums, but that revision. Next thing, next revision. You must revise your things again and again. Generally, you must make your 6 day week. 6 day, not 7 day. 6 day. Or you can make 5, whatever. But 6 is better. On the 7th day, for example, on Sunday, don't learn any new thing. No, just revise all the things which you have learned or which you have studied in the last 6 days. Okay, means give weekly revision, and you can revise things once in a month. Now you can say, sir, it is too much revision. Beta, our brain start throwing out the unwanted and unnecessary thing as quickly as possible. Everyone need revision. Even teachers need revision. Yes, because there are so vast knowledges that we start forgetting when things are being not used. So, but I'm not saying to revise each and every topic. That's why I said that you must make your timetable, you must make it, your notes, revise your notes. So, let me recap quick. First revision after 40 minutes, second revision at the sleeping time, next revision when in the next day you start learning, studying, and weekly and monthly. So you must give all these things in your revision. Okay? One more thing. Dear friends, if you analyze or calculate the days of your study years, for example, you are studying in 10th class and you learned daily one word. I am saying just one word. So how many words you must have? 3650. Do you have? I think no. And you will say we learned, we revised, we write down the words meanings. For so many, we have written thousands of words meanings, but you forgot. Why? Let me help you here again. First example. First, when you are reading a chapter, you must always have a pencil and a paper. Yes. Reading, underline the new words, write down in your paper, go on study. Later on, get the words meaning from that particular word from the dictionary, learn it, and this end is very important. And after that, return to your chapter again. Now read again. Now you will read, you will try to understand where you have problem, try to find the exact meaning from your paper, and this way that sentence will be clear and you will able to memorize that particular word for forever. क्लियर हो गया? मीन्स आप पेंसिल और कागज हमेशा साथ रखिए, जब भी कोई नया वर्ड आए उसको पेपर में नोट कर लीजिएगा, आप पढ़ते रहिएगा। पूरा चैप्टर आपने पढ़ लिया या आपने 2 पेज पढ़ लिए, उस पेज के पढ़ने के बाद आपने वो जो वर्ड्स लिखे हैं उन वर्ड्स के आप मीनिंग लिखिए और उन मीनिंग के लिखने के बाद आप उसको चैप्टर पे दोबारा आ जाइएगा उस वर्ड्स मीनिंग को याद करके और फिर उसको पढ़ने की कोशिश कीजिएगा। जब आप दोबारा पढ़ेंगे तो आपने कुछ वर्ड्स मीनिंग याद कर रखे हैं तो वो वर्ड्स मीनिंग्स वहां पे यूज हो जाएंगे। मीन्स द वर्ड्स व्हिच यू हैव लर्न नाउ यू आर यूटिलाइजिंग दैट। Okay, I think is it clear? And it is the best way that you will store these words permanently into your mind. Okay, beta. Let me give recap again. You must make timetable. You must stick your timetable. You must learn new words. You must give revision and how to study. I have told you. Okay. I hope it will be helpful for you. You can write me, you can ask me anytime you are free. Thank you. Best of luck. Namaste.